We're here for the 2022 GSV Finals Evening Diving Carnival at MSAC. Just having the senior girls introduced, which is the first event of the night. The girls are in grade 11 and 12, and they've had the prelim event, the championship event, and they're back for the finals event. So they'll be diving off the 1 metre springboard and 3 metre springboard. And I'm joined by Emily. Hello, Emily.
Hello. It's good to be here. Ooh.
The girls are just going to have a warm-up. So it's really important to get your body warm and get all the nerves out, and then they'll start the competition just shortly. So there's 10 divers in the final of the senior event. They'll all be doing 4 dives each.
Doing 4 dives from 3 different groups, which will be front, back and inward.
And they all have to start with the forward facing dive. So it'll be a really quick final. And then after this event, there'll be the intermediate and the juniors event. So it's a really prestigious night for the girls. Girls Sports Victoria was established in 2001 with 24 member schools. And it's actually the largest independent school sporting association in Victoria. Last year, the finals evening was actually not held. Actually, it was in 2020. We're getting our years mixed up. But in 2020, the finals evening was not held due to COVID. It was held last year in 2021.
Raff, do you want me to go close?
So there'll be 5 judges that will judge the girls. And John Hillard will referee and announce. So as I mentioned, there's 10 divers and they can dive. In the final, they'll be doing 4 dives off the 1 metre springboard or 3 metre springboard. With no degree of difficulty limit, but they must start with a forward-facing dive. So we've got 3 judges on this side of the pool, and then you can see 2 judges on the other side of the pool. And we're underway with the first diver ready for action. We've got Emma McDermott from Methodist Ladies College doing a forward dive straight, and that was a good start. Got Brigida Evans doing a forward 1.5 somersaults in the pike position. Really nicely done. It's always nerve-wracking for their first dive. She gets 6 and 6.5s from the judges.
Next we have Lily French with a forward 2.5 in the tuck position.
Getting 4.5s, just slightly short on entry. And next up we've got Bridie Davison from Sacre-Cœur, also doing a forward 1.5 2.5 somersault, sorry. She gets 6 from the judges. Next up, we've got Hannah Timms from Methodist Ladies College, MLC, doing a forward 1.5 somersaults off the 1 metre springboard with a degree of difficulty of 1.7. So the judges' scores are averaged. They lop the top mark off and the bottom mark off, and then they'll average it to get a total score and multiply it by the degree of difficulty. So the diver must always wait for the referee to announce and then blow the whistle, and then they can proceed. A nice start for Hannah.
Next up we have Edie Mitra from Siena College doing a front 2.5 in the pike position. Ooh.
Might just be a failed dive, because her feet actually entered the water before, and that's a disappointing start, but she'll be able to come back from that. That's okay.
Onwards and upwards. Okay, Millie Anderson from Furbank, 103 in pike. That's a nice start from Millie.
So Millie's in year 12, and she qualified in 2018 in first place, so she got the gold medal in 2018. Next up, we've got Evie English from Toorak College with a forward 2.5 somersault in pike position. And a high degree of difficulty, just a little bit over on the entry, but a nice dive.
Caitlin Murphy from Strathcona doing a front 2.5 in the pike position.
Beautiful pike position. Getting an 8 from the judge as well. Sophie Knight from
Wow.
Star of the Sea doing front 2.5 in the pike position, so same dive. And really nicely done. So we're on to round 2 now.
On to round 2. Emma McDermott doing a back salt straight. Is the first dive of the competition in the back direction, and it was executed quite nicely.
So now we've got Brigida Evans from Mentone doing a back somersaults with 1.5 twists. It's the first of the twisting dives that we've seen. Brigida's in year 11. Really nice twisting action. You can see she comes from a gymnastics background, so if they're doing feet first entries, they actually have to have their hands by their side entering the water, and that was well done.
Okay, Lily French on 3 metre doing a inward 1.5 pike. Very dynamic in the air. A little bit short on the entry, but overall a pretty good dive. Getting an 8 from a judge. Go Lily.
Got Bridie Davison from Sacre-Cœur doing an inward 1.5 somersaults in the tuck position on 1 metre. Really nice dive. Bridie's in year 12. She's also a great track and field athlete.
Okay, Hannah with a back dive on 1 metre. Very nice alignment and a very good entry. Okay, Edie Marcher on 3 metre, back dive pike. It was a nice dive from Edie.
Next we've got Millie Anderson from Furbank doing back 1.5 somersaults with half a twist. And nicely done. Millie placed 4th in this event last year. She's made the final 3 years in a row. So 2019, 2021 and now 2022.
Evie English back 2.5 somersault. Now this is the highest degree difficulty dive we've seen so far, so let's see how she goes.
We've got Caitlin Murphy from Strathcona doing another back 2.5 somersaults in the tuck position. Strong dive and getting it vertical, squeezing her legs. Really well done.
Okay, on 3 metre we have Sophie Knight doing a back 1.5 pike. Very nice. Entry alignment's good. It was on her head. Overall, a solid dive.
We're on to round 3 with Emma McDermott doing a back somersault with 1.5 twists on 1 metre. Really fast twisting action. Just a little bit over on the entry. Just having a good event.
Okay, Bridget Evans doing inward 1.5 on 1 metre. Ooh, very nice dive. Very nice action in the air, looking very dynamic and tight on the entry.
Back 1.5 somersaults with half a twist from Lily French from Sacre-Cœur. Really nicely done as well. So sitting in 6 at the moment. 6.5s and 7.5s from the judges.
Okay, Bridie Davidson, front double somersault. The position in the air looked really nice and tight. And probably about 6s from the judges.
Got Hannah Timms from Methodist Ladies College, MLC, inward 1.5 and a really nice inward 1.5. She piked out of it, travelled away a little bit from the board, but it was very nice. Just the next diver warming up. Got Edie doing a reverse 1.5 somersaults with half a twist.
Millie Anderson from Furbank doing a inward 1.5 pike. Executed beautifully, and I think she'll have the scores to show for that.
I think she will. Got Evie English doing an inward double somersault.
Feet first on 3 metre.
Feet first on 3 metre. Pretty well done. She's a little bit short. It's always hard with a blind. You don't quite know where the double somersault is, but that was a good dive.
Caitlin Murphy, first back twist on 3 metre we've seen. Pretty nice dive. The takeoff was nice and strong and the position was very nice in the air.
Sophie Knight's doing inward 2.5 somersaults off 3 metre springboard in the tuck position. High degree of difficulty, 2.7. It's a very big dive, just leaving it slightly short of vertical. It's fairly close for the top 3, even 4th, as we go into the last round of the final with Emma McDermott doing forward 1.5 somersaults. Just ever so slightly short of vertical. She should be very proud.
Brigitte Evans, a back 1.5 somersault half twist. Very nice dive, and that was the final dive for her GSV career. Never mind.
We've got Lily French. Back 1.5 somersaults. Really well done. She came in, coming into that round in 6th position, so strong finish.
Okay, Bridie Davidson, back 1.5 somersaults with half twist.
Just losing her feet slightly, but that was a good night for Bridie.
Very strong come out from Hannah, and that was a very nice dive. She should be proud.
It was a very nice pike out, wasn't it?
Yeah. Edie Mitra, inward 1.5.
Really good way to finish. She might be a little bit disappointed with her first dive, but she should be proud. Got Millie Anderson. She came into this round in 4th position, I think, from Furbank. She's doing a back dive. So slightly lower degree of difficulty. But a nice entry.
It's a strong finish from Millie.
Got Evie English doing a back 1.5 somersaults with 1.5 twists. She's in year 12. She came 2nd last year. And a really strong finish.
Caitlin Murphy doing a inward 1.5 somersault pike for her last round dive. And what a strong finish from Caitlin. That was a very nice dive, and I think she'll be pretty happy with this competition.
Sophie Knights with back 1.5 somersaults, 1.5 twists. Really good finish. And that concludes the senior event with Caitlin Murphy
In first place, Sophie Knight in second, and Millie Anderson in third. You girls should be proud.
It's a really close competition, so top 5, top 6 even, or top 7 even, all very close together. Now we're moving into the announcements for the intermediate competition. The girls are in grade 9 and 10. It's moving very quickly tonight. Not a lot of time for the divers to warm up or in between dives even. So it'll be the same format where they will do 4 dives. So 4 dives from 3 different groups. The first round dive must be forward facing. It's unlimited degree of difficulty. As we mentioned, they had the prelim competition on a different day. That the championships, and now top 10 have made the final. So they will have a warm-up now. We're here for the intermediate final of the 2022 GSV finals evening at MSAC. Which had Ella Bailey doing a forward 1.5 somersault in the pike position. Now we've got Amelia English. Forward 2.5 somersault in the pike position off the 3-metre springboard.
Very nice position in the air. Takeoff was very nice. Overall, the dive was solid.
So the girls will do 4 dives. First round must be forward facing. Can be off the 1 metre or the 3-metre springboard. We've got Penelope Waymart from MLC doing forward 2.5 somersault in the tuck position. A good spin, nice tight tuck.
Okay, Giselle Eng on 3 metre doing a forward dive pike. Very nice dive from Giselle.
Giselle's in year 10. This is the 3rd time she's been in this final.
Sienna Cushion from Furbank doing forward 2.5 in the pike position.
Strong looking dive. Just a little bit over. She gets 5s from the judges.
Lucy Bremer doing a forward 1.5 somersault.
Really nicely done. She goes to Lowther Hall. She's first time qualifier. So first diving final.
Okay, Liliana from MLC, also doing a forward 2.5 pike. Just a little bit short on the entry, but it's good to get off the board.
Got Mia from Corowa Anglican Girls School. Forward 1.5 somersaults in the pike position. Really strong entry. You could hear her go through the water for her rip entry. Megan Kohler doing forward 1.5 somersaults off the 1 metre springboard. These diving competitions tonight, the finals are going very, very quickly, so we normally have more time in between dives, but we've got Lucy Dovison, forward 2.5, fantastic dive. It's probably better that the divers keep moving. They don't cool down. It's probably better for them that it's a quick final. That was a fantastic dive. Commencing round 2. So we've got Ella Bailey from Furbank doing a back dive in the pike position off the 3 metre springboard. So she's in year 9. Placed 7th last year. Just a little bit short of vertical. It's always harder diving at night, not quite used to the lights.
Emily English doing a back dive in the pike position as well. Bang on vertical, nice, tight in the air, very strong looking dive.
Got Penelope Waymark from MLC doing back 1.5 somersaults in the pike position, degree of difficulty 2.2. Just over rotating, too much energy for a nighttime diving final, but it was a nice dive.
Giselle Eng doing a inward dive pike on 1 metre. Very nice dive. The entry was very good actually.
It was very nice. Giselle's in year 10.
Okay, Sienna Cushion with inward 1.5 pike on 1 metre.
Strong dive. She did in the pike position, was degree of difficulty of 2.4. It was really strong.
Okay, Lucy Bremer doing inward 1.5 somersaults in the tuck position on 3 metre springboard. Just over rotating a little bit from vertical, but dynamic in the air, looked very nice.
Got Liliana Del Sasso from MLC doing an inward 1.5 somersaults in the tuck position. Nice and vertical. practicing year 9 and placed 10th last year in the diving final.
Next up, we have Mia from Korowa doing a inward 1.5 somersault in the pike position. Now, Mia is in year 10 and she qualified in 2019. Well, she finished in the 9th position.
Got Megan in with 1.5 somersault in tuck position off the 1 metre springboard. Nice and vertical, good tuck position. Placed 4th last year in the final.
Next up on 3 metre, we have Lucy Doverson doing a back 1.5 somersault with a half twist. Very nice dive from Lucy.
She's so strong. She actually won the event last year. And that puts her on top as well, with Sienna Cushion in 2nd place and Mia in 3rd place. Starting round 3, we've got Ella Bailey doing a reverse dive pike off 3 metre. Really lovely entry.
Okay, now we
Sevens.
have... Oh, you go. Now we have Emily English doing it inward 1.5 on 3 metre. Very nice come out in the air. Just over rotating a little bit.
Got Penelope Waymark from MLC doing an inward double somersault off the 3 metre springboard. Really good job. Don't see inward doubles off 3 metre much, but she did it well. It's always hard for the judges to judge that one.
Okay, Giselle Eng on 1 metre doing back dive. Very nice lineman. The entry was also very good.
Got Sienna Cushion doing inward 2.5 somersaults, so big degree of difficulty.
And
Really great dive. Got her back taped. That was a strong 3rd round dive.
Lucy Bremer doing a back 1.5 somersault. Very nice dive.
Beautiful line in the water.
We had Liliana there doing a forward 1.5 somersault with 1 twist. Little over from vertical, but looked pretty solid in the air.
Forward 1.5 somersaults with 1 twist for Mia. Slight twist on the end, and judges might have seen that, giving her 4.5s. But good height off the board. And next up, we've got Megan Kohler from Mentone on the 1 metre springboard, doing a back 1.5 somersaults with half a twist. And beautiful entry. Quick into her twisting action off the board.
And finishing up round 3, we have Lucy Doverson on 3 metre, doing a back 2.5 somersault in the tuck position.
Wow.
Very nice dive from Lucy.
So strong.
A high degree of difficulty and executed very nicely.
I would have given it an 8.5.
Me too.
And now we're into round 4, final round, with Ella Bailey from Furbank doing an inward 1.5 somersaults in the tuck position off the 3 metre springboard. It's up and down, it's good, it's a good way to finish, just backed off slightly from the board. Well done, Ella.
Okay. Emily English doing a back 1.5 somersault with a half twist for her final dive. Strong takeoff, beautiful entry. I think she'll be happy with that one.
Penelope Waymark from MLC doing back 1.5 somersaults with 1.5 twists. It's always very complicated with the twisting dives, but it was a good dive. Feet just maybe coming apart at the end, but that's her 3rd diving final. Glad to have finished.
Now I've got Giselle on 1 metre for final dive. She's doing reverse dive. The alignment is so nice, and that was a very strong dive to finish on.
Sienna Cushion doing a back 1.5 somersaults in the pike position. Really great way for her to finish the final as well.
Lucy Bremer finishing on a forward 2.5 somersault. Just over from vertical, but takeoff was good, hurdle was strong.
Looked good in the air, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Okay, Liliana just did a back 1.5 somersault with a half twist. She gets so much height off the board. It just looks very dynamic.
Big dive to finish from Mia for 2.5 somersaults. Big degree of difficulty and really well done. Good pike position. It was vertical.
Okay. Okay, we got Megan finish on a front double.
Just over rotating. It was really good in the air, but it's a front double, it's standing. It's hard to see the water when you come out.
Okay, final diver. We have Lucy Doverson doing reverse 2.5 somersault tuck.
And she's balked, which means that there'll be an automatic 2-point deduction from each judge. Such a big degree of difficulty though. Wow, what a great finish. It's hard to do when you balk, but she has finished really, really well, and it was a good end to the competition. Well done, Lucy. Lucy finishing in first, with Tiana Cushion finishing in the silver medal position. That was a great final, and well done to all the girls. We're at the 2022 GSV diving finals. We have the last event to go. We've got the junior event with the girls in grade 7 and 8, and we've seen the intermediate girls final and the senior final. It's been a great night of diving. It is quite late for the girls, so a long night, but the competitions are going very, very quickly. And as with all the other events, the junior girls will be doing 4 dives from 3 different groups. They can dive off the 1 metre or the 3 metre. They just must start with the forward facing dive. And I've got Emily joining me. Welcome, Emily.
Thanks, Ludi. It's nice to be here. As was said before, this has been a very good night so far. Last event, very exciting, and yeah.
We have seen it all. We've seen some great dives, some high degree of difficulties. We've seen a kind of diving, you don't know what's going to happen, and the term 1 sport, it's always good at Girls Sport Victoria. They're about to start the event. So there's 24 member schools in Girls Sports Victoria. It's the largest independent school sporting association in Victoria. And I must say the diving events are quite prestigious, if I do say so myself.
It is very.
So we're starting on 3 metre springboard with Millie Marks from Siena College doing a forward dive pipe.
Entry from Millie. That's a very strong start.
You'll find his events are going really quickly, so there's not much time to breathe, which is actually better for the divers. We've got 5 judges, 3 on one side, 2 on the other. We've got Chloe from PLC doing a forward dive straight. So she will get judged from the judges, and the top mark will get lopped off and the bottom mark will disappear as well, and then they'll multiply that, the addition of the remaining by the degree of difficulty, and they'll get the total score. So there's a calculator that does that.
Emily Tucker.
So the girls are in grade 7 and 8, and a lot of them are first-time qualifiers. So there's only a couple that have done this diving final before. We've got Summer Zhu doing a forward 1.5 in the pike position. We've got Coco Taylor doing a forward 2.5 tuck off the 3 metre springboard. Great dive.
Great dive, great entry. Expect to see some very solid scores. Very nice entry there from Mackenzie.
So we've got Kira Wong doing a forward 1.5 somersaults on 3 metre. She gets 5s from the judges.
Paige Gillum on 3 metre doing a front 2.5 in the pike position. Very nice dive from
Great
Paige.
dive.
Beautiful takeoff, beautiful in the air. Entry was very nice.
She's opted to go from the other 3 metres, so we haven't seen that tonight. And we have the start of round 2. So Olivia Barr's on the leaderboard, but she's actually swimming at the moment. So she will come join the diving competition after she finishes swimming. So last diver. We've got Paige Gillam.
Did a front salt pike, little bit over from vertical, but about 5s from the judges.
We've got Emily Tucker doing a back somersault straight off 1 metre. Really good dive. She is in year 8, but first time qualifying for this event.
Madeline Smith from Furbank. She's doing a inward dive tuck. Very nice lineman on the water. Overall solid dive.
Back dive straight off 3 metre springboard for Summer. Slightly over on entry, but a good line in the air.
Now we have Coco Taylor on 3 metre doing a inward 1.5 in the pike position. Very nice pike position. Entry was
So next up we are meant to have Olivia Barr, but again she's still swimming, and so she will join the competition later. But I don't quite think that our equipment at the diving centre can cope with an emission, but I'm sure that they will work it out in terms of, you normally have a diving competition and a swimming competition going on at the same time, but this is Girls Sports Victoria, so a lot of the girls are doing multiple events, and it's great that we can accommodate that. So we've got Mackenzie Lehman doing an inward 1.5 pike.
off. I think we'll see about 6s from the judges.
Next up we've got Kira Wang doing a back dive pike. Beautiful line in the air. She's just over-rotated slightly, so needs to put her head back and look back for the water a little bit more.
Final diver for this round, we have Paige Gillam from MLC, and she'll be doing an inward 2.5 somersault in the tuck position. Like, very solid dive.
MLC have a really strong diving program, and Paige finished 3rd last year. As we go into our 3rd round, we've got Millie Marks doing a back dive tuck. Just slightly short of vertical for her back dive tuck. Just need to look back for the water more.
Okay, over on 1 metre we have Chloe from PLC performing a back somersault straight. Strong dive, and with feet first you have to go in the water with your arms down. It's part of the rules, and otherwise it will be 2 points deducted from the overall score from each judge.
Good. Emily Tucker doing back 1.5 somersaults with 1.5 twists. 3 metre springboard. Just over rotating slightly. She had her boots on so her toes weren't pointed, but very quick twisting action. She maybe needs to add another twist to that. Really strong dive.
Okay, Madeline Smith on 1 metre doing a back somersault straight. Pretty solid dive. Looked very controlled in the air.
She has a very good form. Summer doing a reverse dive tuck. A lot of these girls would be their first year trying diving. They've just entered Girls Sports Victoria. It's high school. So they've got many finals ahead of them.
Okay, we just had Coco Taylor on 3 metre performing a back 1.5 in the tuck position. It was a very strong kick out, very solid dive.
Got Mackenzie doing a back 1.5 somersaults in the tuck position. Very nice. Just over rotating, but form was good in the air. She had a good tuck position.
We've got Kira on 3 metre doing an inward 1.5 tuck. Very nice dive. The entry was very clean and the come out was very solid.
Got Paige on the other side of the pool doing a back dive pike. Nice entry.
Very clean dive.
Just a slight break. As Olivia Barr was still in the swimming competition, it's just caused the system to not be displaying properly. But I think we're all set now. So we'd start the last round, so 4 of 4 rounds. We've got Millie Marks doing an inward 1.5 somersault off the 3 metre springboard for her last dive. What a beautiful entry and what a beautiful toe point. It's 6.5s and 7s from the judges. Well done, Millie.
Okay, back over to 1 metre, we have Chloe from PLC, and she'll be performing a back somersault with 1.5 twists. Very nice form. It looks like she might be a gymnast.
Can always tell by their twisting action.
Definitely.
It's great that they get in and try diving for term 1. Got Emily Tucker doing an inward 1.5 somersaults in the tuck position for her last dive. Just a little bit short, but she got into a tight little ball. She did well.
Now Madeline Smith performing a back somersault with a full twist.
Definitely a gymnast.
Definitely a gymnast.
So normally diving you'll do either half a twist or 1.5 twists, but it's very gymnastics to do a full or a double twist. Pretty well done. And transfer skills from sport to sport, which is fantastic.
Now for Summer's final dive, she'll be performing a back somersault with a half twist.
Great way to finish the competition. Well done, Summer. Got Coco Taylor doing a reverse 1.5 somersaults in the tuck position off 3 metre. Just slightly over, but everything else was really good.
Okay, we have Mackenzie on the 3 metre springboard performing a reverse dive tuck. Very clean in the air. Might be a little short from vertical, but overall she should be happy with that.
For her first diving final at GSV. Now I've got Kira Wong. Back 1.5 somersaults, half a twist. Great dive to finish. Sevens and 6.5s from judges. We got 1-8.
Final diver, we've got Paige Gillum. She's performing a back 1.5 somersault with a half twist on the 3 metre springboard. Very solid dive to finish on from Paige. She's done very well in this competition and she should be happy. Got some 9s on the board.
They liked it. It was a very good way to finish. It was fantastic. That's it. That's our final. And we've got the results just come up with Paige Gillum with 197 points. And then in second place, we've got Coco Taylor on 173 with Mackenzie from Korowa in third position. Kira Wong in fourth. I shouldn't speak too soon, actually. I'm not sure if Olivia Barr will actually be joining us, so they might not be official results that I read out. Olivia might actually have to do all her dives, which I can say I've never seen this happen in a diving competition, but I'm sure that we will adapt, and I will keep you posted on. So ignore what I said about the results. We've actually got one more diver to complete all her dives. I think it's a fantastic show of sportsmanship for Olivia to be able to do the swimming final and now into the diving final. So She will do all her dives in a row. Let's see how she goes. She's doing a forward 1.5 somersault in the pike position. Well done. And it can't be easy to go straight from a swimming final into a diving final. She must be very tired. She, of course, won't have a break in between her dives like the other divers did.
She hasn't had a warm-up either.
She's probably pretty warm from swimming, but in terms of, doing diving, it takes actual specific skills, not just to kind of get your body warm. And she'll need to make sure that she gets her breath back because it's, you've got to walk up the stairs. I think it's a fantastic effort. And great that we can adapt the competition to suit the girls that are doing more than one event. So this is her first diving final. She's in grade 7. She's obviously made the swimming final as well. Next dive is a back dive pike. She's doing all her dives off 3 metre. Really well done. Olivia goes to MLC. She's in grade 7. Going to have a little chat to her coach before she goes up for her next dive, and she should take her time, be able to breathe. She had a very big night. Her next dive will be a reverse dive tuck off 3 metre. And Olivia should take her time here. Just don't be pressured by being the only diver. I've never seen this in a diving final before, but just get your breath back, relax. Great entry. It's like a training session for her. She gets 6.5s and 1.7 from the judges. She's got 1 dive remaining with an inward 1.5 somersaults in the tuck position off 3 metre springboard. What a way to finish. Well done. And now that concludes the competition. So Olivia got 7s on her dives. And now we will have the final results. So Olivia actually won that event, according to the scoreboard. But perhaps the scoreboard... No, I stand corrected. So they're just inserting Olivia's scores into the system. And I believe we will have the official results soon. I think everyone was slightly confused, including me, in that event. But that was a great effort and a great night of diving. So we have the official results, and Paige Gillum from MLC came first with 197 points. Coco Taylor from Melbourne Girls Grammar in second position, and Olivia Barr from MLC just finished the swimming, came over to the diving and takes up third. Mackenzie Lehman from Corowa in fourth.
Kira Wong in fifth place with 131 points. Emily Tucker in sixth. Summer in seventh. Millie Marks in eighth. Madeline Smith in ninth. And Chloe in 10th.
Well done to all the girls.